So we're gonna go take a look at this at number one. This is all about factoring, so a lot of box and circle, difference of squares, things like that. So first one, it has three pieces. So I know that I'm gonna be doing box and circle. So I'm gonna make a box and I'm gonna write this equation down the diagonal. Oops, 48. Okay. And the number in front here is a 1. This is the A number. We talked about the B number and the C number. So whatever A times B is, that's the number that it has to multiply. So 1 times 48 is 48. And then it has to add to the B number, which is 14. So this is A times C, and then this is the B number. So I'm looking for two numbers that will fit these requirements, and I think 8 and 6 will work because 8 times 6 is 48, and 8 plus 6 is 14. So in here, I'm going to put 8x and 6x. And my answer is going to be on the outside. So to get x squared, I'm going to do x times x. Boom, there we go, got that. And then x times positive 8 gives me 8x. And then x times positive 6 gives me 6x. Positive 6 and positive 8 should give me 48. So my answer is the outside of the boxes. So I can write it as x plus 6 times x plus 8. And if I wrote them x plus 8 times x plus 6, same thing. Next one here, box and circle, three pieces. There's no greatest common factor, so I just write it in here straight up. And looking for two numbers, here's a 1 because there's no number. 1 times 12, that's what it has to multiply to, and it has to add to this middle number, which is negative 8. And the numbers that I think will work for this will be let's see here, 3 and 4, 6 and 2, but both of them are negative. So this will be, because negative times a negative makes a positive 12, but negative 6 plus negative 2 gives me negative 8. So negative 6x, negative 2x. So x times x gives me the x squared. X times negative 6 gives me negative 6x. X times, oops, I don't know why I did that. Let's rewrite that in there real quick. X times negative 2 gives me negative 2x. So I can write it as x minus 2, x minus 6. Moving along, box and circle again, got three pieces. So looking for two numbers that multiply to negative 24 and add up to positive 5. So I like positive 8 and negative 3 will seem to work because 8 times negative 3 gives me negative 24. 8 plus negative 3 is 5. So 8x and negative 3x. Answers are going to be on the outside once I've done this. So x times x, that checks. X times positive 8, yep. And then x times negative 3, yep. And negative 3 times negative 8 gives me negative 24. So I got x plus 8, x minus 3. Starting out with box and circle right away, three pieces, I see it. Write that in there. So I should get negative 8 is what it has to multiply to and add to negative 2. So I'm thinking probably 4, 4 and 2, 1 and 8. Let's see here, 1 and 8, 2 and 4. So 2 and 4. So negative 4 and positive 2. That should work. Negative 4x plus 2x. X times x. X minus 4 to give me the negative 4x. X plus 2 to give me the 2x. So I got x minus 4 and x plus 2. On this one, multiplies to 10, adds to negative 7. So I like negative 2 and negative 5. They should multiply to 10, and they should add to negative 7, and they do. So negative 2x, negative 5x. This will be x times x. X times negative 2 gives me this. X times negative 5 gives me this. And then these two times each other gives me this. So it should be x minus 2, x minus 5. All right, looking at number 6. So now I got to be careful because the a number isn't 1 anymore, it's 5. The process is still the same. All right, 5x squared plus 4x minus 9. And it's got to multiply to a times c. So in this case, it's going to be 5 times negative 9, which is negative 45. And then it has to add to 4. So I have to think about what that would be. So I believe that would be 9 and negative 5. Because 9 times negative 5 gives me negative 45, and 9 plus negative 5 gives me positive 4. So I got 9x, negative 5x. Now to get 5x squared, I know it has to be 5x times x, and I'm going to make sure that my 5x is across from this 5x, because then 5x times negative 1 gives me this, and then x times positive 9 gives me this, and then I can just double check that the last one checks out, and it does. So everything works. So it's going to be 5x plus 9 times x minus 1. Same here. 2x squared minus 5x minus 7. So I got to multiply to negative 14. Got to add to negative 5. So I'm thinking a 7 and a 2, but I need the 7 to be negative. So I'll write negative 7x and 2x here. So to get 2x squared, I need x times 2x. I'm going to put the 2x across from this 2x, because then I can say x, or 2x times 1 gives me 2x. Sorry, x times 2x gives me the 2x squared. X times negative 7. And then 1 times negative 7 is negative 7. So my answer is 2x minus 7, and then x plus 1. This one here, I got 3x squared minus 8x plus 4. Got to multiply to 3 times 4, which is 12. Add to negative 8. I think 6 and 2, negative 6, negative 2 would work. So negative 6x, negative 2x. To get 3x squared, it's 3x times x. And I purposely put this 3x across from the negative 6 because 3x times negative 2 gives me negative 6. And then x times negative 2. So this will be 3x minus 2 times x minus 2. All right. Five x squared minus 24x minus 5. So I need them to multiply to 5 times negative 5, which is negative 25, and then add to negative 24. So I think it's going to be negative 25 and 1. Because if you add those two, you get that. So I'll put negative 25x in one, and then positive 1x in the other. I'm going to put the 5 across from this because 5x times negative 5 gives me that. And then 5x times x gives me this. Then x times positive 1 would give me this. And then this should check out. All right. 3x squared plus 4x plus 7. got to multiply to 3 times 7, which is 21, and has to add to positive 4. So definitely, well, it says negative 21, sorry. Missed the negative there. So 3 times negative 7 is negative 21. So this should be 7 and 3. 3 is going to be negative. So then on here, this will be the 3x goes on this side and x goes here. 3x times negative 1 gives me this. X times positive 7 gives me this. And these will check right here. So this will be 3x plus 7 and x minus 1. All right, so that's the first 10 there. See how many we got? Oh, 23 problems. Wow. Okay. 11 says use the box to distribute. So this is like going backwards. So I'm taking these things and I'm putting them on the outside. And then I'm just going to multiply to get the inside. So negative 4x times x is positive 4x squared. Negative 4x times negative 4 is 16x. Negative x times negative 3 is 3x. And negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. So when I combine all of this stuff together, I'm going to write it as 4x squared. The x's can go together, so that'll be a total of 19 of them, plus 12. So do that here for this one. Negative 5x, positive 6. Negative 5x, positive 1. Multiply these two, I get 25x. Negative 5x. This will be negative 30x. And then this will be positive 6. So, whoops, this is 25x squared. Sorry. So 25x squared. These x's can go together, so this will be minus 35x's plus 6. And I went through that one fast. Negative 6x minus 5, minus 5x minus 5. Multiplying these two, I get 30x squared. Negative 6 times negative 5 is 30x positive. This will be 25x positive, and this will be plus 25. So I can write this as 30x squared, and then these two can go together because they're like terms, so this will be 55x plus 25. All right, so this is expressed as a trinomial. I could use that box again if I like, or you guys might know how to do like distributive property double. I'm just going to use the box since that's what we've been using, and just write my own box. This is what we did before, and then just multiply them out. This will be 6x squared plus 6x minus 4x minus 4. So I get 6x squared. These two can be combined. That'll be positive 2x minus 4. I'm going to do the same thing. Trinomial just means it has three pieces, 3 terms. So here we go again. 2x plus 3, 2x plus 6. Get 4x squared plus 12x plus 6x plus 18. This will be 4x squared. Put these together, it's 18x plus 18. We're done. Going over to 16, it says, which graph best matches the graph below? Well, I look at all the answers and they're written in vertex form. So if I look right here at this vertex, the vertex coordinates are negative 6, negative 2. So if I'm going to write this in vertex form, I know it also goes up 2 over 1, the very first step. So I'm looking for ones that have a 2 in front, and they all do. And then I'm looking for the ones that are plus 6, because not minus 6. It's the opposite of this. So these ones right here, these are out. And then the back number has to be exactly the same. So that's this one. This one doesn't have it, so this one's out. So A has to be my answer. I look at 17 here. This is written in vertex form. So I look at the vertex. It's at 6, 3. The very first step until I can get to like a nice point. So from the vertex, I'm looking to see where it crosses, and it's right here. So it looks like it goes down quite a bit and then over 4. So it looks like it goes down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, down 8, and then over 4. Which probably means it just goes down 2 over 2. It doesn't look right. Yeah, so this would be negative 1, 0.5. I was wrong. So taking a look here, they all have the same starting number, negative because it's tipped upside down. I need one that is a minus 6 because this is positive 6. Oh man, I just made a mistake in the last one. No, I didn't. I did it right. Okay, so I need minus 6, so these ones are out. Say plus 6. I need it to be the opposite of this. So I'm looking at these two, and then the last number is positive, and that one stays the same, so it is D. This one's out. All right, looking at number 18. I know that these two are out because it's tipped upside down and the A number is negative, so these ones are out. So I'm looking at either A or B. And when I look at this right here, it's at 1, 6 for the vertex. So it's got to be minus 1, the opposite of this one. And then this one stays the same. So minus 1 and positive 6. This is my answer. This one's out. Number 19, taking a look at that one. This is still written in vertex form. It's got to be negative in front. There's no negative here. There's no negative here. So these are out because it's tipped upside down. So it's either B or D. The coordinates here are negative 5, negative 1. So I know it's going to be x plus 5, not minus. So it's this one, not this one. All right, looking at number 20. It's going to be upside, or it's facing up. So the ones with the negative A's are out. It's got to be either C or D. And the vertex itself is at negative 4, or sorry, whoops. It's at negative 6, negative 4. So it's got to be x plus 6 and then minus 4. So it's this one, not this one. 21 says rewrite the quadratic in standard form. So we have to multiply this thing out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the 7 in front. And I'm going to write this x plus 3 squared as x plus 3 times x plus 3. So it'll be 7 times this answer and then minus 1. This we've done with those boxes. So x times x gives you x squared. This will be 3x. This will be 3x. And this will be 9. So I can rewrite this as 7 times x squared plus 6x, because these two go together, plus 9. And then subtract 1. Then I'm going to use the distributive property, and I'm going to distribute in here, so I get 7x squared plus 42x, and 7 times 9 is 63, and then I still have that minus 1 at the end, so my final answer is 7x squared plus 42x, and 63 minus 1 is just 62. So last problem right here. Oh no, I got 2 more. We're going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to do negative 6 and then x minus 4 squared. I'm going to write that as x minus 4 times x minus 4. And then at the end, I got to do the minus 1. So this is the kind of the tricky part, is the part inside. x times x is x squared minus 4x minus 4x plus 16. So if I'm going to, negative x times x squared minus 8x plus 16, and then minus 1. Then I'm going to distribute, and I get negative 6x squared. Negative times a negative is a positive, so it'll be 48x. Negative 6 times 16 is negative 96. Then minus 1 more. So final answer is going to be negative 6x squared plus 48x. And then minus 96 minus 1 more is minus 97. Last problem. Here we go. 7, and then x plus 3 squared is going to be, I'm just going to do it in my head, but it should be x squared plus 6x plus 9. And then there's a plus 1. So you can check this because we know how to do that. Then I would distribute the 7 in, so I get 7x squared plus 42x plus 63. And then there's the plus 1 at the end. So my final answer here is going to be 7x squared plus 42x plus 64. And that should be the end of the whole deal. Good luck.